I think the way it looks now, it's perfect. The only thing for my visual aesthetics, I would like to have, like, I see a lot of people have like a wider tire in the back, maybe an inch, 2 inch like higher, to have like, because they have so much swing arm, to make it like more aggressive, and it's even like that, it's perfect.
We even considering now, I saw somebody, it's 17-inch wheels from like a Yamaha R3.
But it doesn't look bigger with 17-inch wheels.
It'll change the look of this. These are 12-inch wheels, so if you go 17, that would be interesting. But then I gotta get
clearance,
tighter, battery, maybe a triangulated battery style to get out of the way of that front wheel, and that might be interesting. Yeah.
I see you have the same levers. I like these levers from Joey's bike. It's so clean. The only thing is you have better grips actually.
This is a domino throttle, so the domino throttle actually comes with both grips, so it's whatever I got, just put it on there. These were from like the drag racers use these in the mini bikes, and I got those from the drag race guys just to have a hydraulic, nice.
And what's the brand called?
What's that?
What's the brand of the levers? I have to get a set.
I'd have to look up it's one of the websites for mini bikes. That
Mini bikes.
Stuff with the mini bikes. Just slight drop, my wife could step over it pretty easily. And then it ditches the clutch, it's no maintenance. It's
just plug and play, that's it.
Yeah, straightforward.
I have the K calc, and I have only front brake, and I have the foot brake. And the foot brake is annoying, so I have to get the rear brake. But just the caliper is like $350. So I'm like, for $350 or maybe $500 to get a full kit versus just buying the brake from them.
Well, the thing with this also is Brembo, because the drum is smaller and the brakes are smaller, the brakes weren't even that expensive. Even this front 4-piston it was about $200.
Yeah, that's not bad.
200. And then I adapted that onto the drag bike. So for the drag bike there, the big one it's also got a Brembo brake, and this front set up the same way as the drum does.
And you can put the cover here, right? So you don't see this, right?
I left
Charging
this open
port?
just to see that the thing for charging port.
Oh,
and
I see.
And then with powerful lithium's battery, they have dual charging capability, so we're going to get dual chargers in there to really increase the rate of speed that you can charge the battery. So if you get 60-mile range and can charge again in an hour, that's not bad.
Or even less. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, right. Because he's talking about some 130 amps. So I was like, 130 amps?
Yeah.
I want to charge at 20, I'll be good. Even 40 would be all right.
Yeah, that's perfectly makes sense. This bike, I think this is the best build here on the show, I think. So I'll ask Luis if he has any footage of riding to add this video so you guys can see how it rides, but anywhere you look, it's like made in the factory. I like this fuel injection thing, the fairing.
Yeah, well it's all the stock.
Yeah, all the stock, yeah. You made it like look like it's like from the factory. It's insane. And these lights are crazy in front here. Wow. So you get a cover on this side exactly how it's gonna be on this side. Really nicely done. Beautiful. It looks amazing. Looks amazingly done. Look at this thing here. Yeah, recorded.
You're a smart ass. Did I ever tell you that?
Drive here, look at the 4 motors. So the stuff here are insane. Look at the mount for the dragsters. Look at that thing here. Look at this thing here. This is insane.
And those guys run on nitro. So for them to come over and they saw this, they're like, oh man, this is electric. So I didn't think it was gonna be, because the guy who ran the show, which I didn't know, because he saw on Facebook, I posted this and said, And he said, bring it on, bring it over. And I went over, and they were attracted to this too. And I said, even at half of the power capability, meaning this controller is a far driver.
Let's get closer. Let's see,
Yeah, it's a far driver 96-1800B. It's a 96 1800B for it's an encoder controller. Puts out could potentially be 800 battery amps.
Wow.
So even running this at 400 battery amps at 96 volts, you're talking about 40 kilowatts.
That's insane.
And for that motor on a short burst is fine. And I told them, I said, 40 kilowatts is 52 horsepower. So they jaw dropped because they go, damn, we're paying, I don't know, thousands of dollars for a big motor that does maybe 30 horsepower, but doesn't have anywhere near the torque that these put out.
It's not even comparable. Yeah,
this
and
is
it's much lighter.
Yeah, for sure. And they said, man, you got a ton of space too to do whatever,
Yeah.
And it's a wide open platform. RCF is the company in North Carolina that makes these frames, and I liked it because they have heavy duty bearings that could take that kind of power, that kind of torque. Like we started with mini bikes that had the bearings in the wheels, and we were blowing those things out at 40 miles an hour because it just can't handle the power and the torque. But this has wheelie bars that come, that's part of the kit, but I just adapted this Brembo brake, and this is wood, so this is a first piece just
prototype,
to get pieces sorted, but this is the front brake that I have for the Grom, and then also a rotor off the Grom to get a 220 millimeter rotor. And then I'm gonna rotate that down to get out of the wheelie bars, but it's something I'll finish up this week and then send it out to be made permanent.
Yeah, but it's working. It's an idea that works, and it's easy, and it's like, imagine with an engine, there's so much complication. You're limited space, limited location, but here you can move it, front, back, you put battery combustion. Yeah, so much
Absolutely.
to do here.
And then the other thing is, dealing with carburetors, that's not my thing. Rebuilding them, so electric.
Cleaning, replacing.
Yeah. So then, and I'm not a racer per se, but I just like the platform, and the same ways with the mini.
Yeah,
trike.
it's super clean. It's super clean. And what speeds can deliver in time, if you know by any chance?
So we're gonna be shooting for the record of 1/8 mile at 7 seconds. That's the current gas-powered record. So we'll get to the track at some point. And I got, if you know Domenico in New York City, he's from New Jersey, and he's a racer. So he's gonna be the one piloting this thing. I'm gonna sit back and watch, because that's not for me, man.
I have a feeling it's gonna break that 7 second, I think.
So compared to that, we run 96 volts in all the vehicles right now. It's more efficient. You can run the amps a lot lower. You run a good gear reduction. You can get more energy back into the battery, and it'll run, cool at 50 miles an hour, no problem.
Yeah.
So that's the idea.
And you have extended wheelbase, so it'll be so much more comfortable. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, that's actually a stunt sprocket, so I was trying to keep it available, something that's available. You didn't have to get a custom sprocket. So I think it's a 60-tooth sprocket that's available for guys that do, normal gas powered. They stay very, low speed and just wheeling.
I like this adjustability. This is cool.
Yeah, that allows the adjustment to get the tension on a chain just right.
And also here you can extend the seats. This is perfect.
Yeah.
This is really beautiful.
Yep, that's plug-in.
And this trike here, look at this. Yep. It's crazy. How clean it is. Wow.
So this is a drop-in conversion kit. This piece I designed we got this piece in last week, and it allows for you to drop in any mini bike, old school or newer classic, newer ones, and it's a drop-in conversion. And then we're going to be working with Vedran to get a custom battery to fit this frame, as well as other frames too.
Yeah, you can put it on top, you can put it here.
In the back, maybe
in the back,
space.
maybe small. Yeah.
The battery doesn't have to be too big. This is overkill for this size frame. This is
super
probably light. 20 horsepower. Again, like we have this one where I did a nice, Sounds did a nice burnout with this bike at 15 kilowatts. This thing would be crazy, but I get a lot of good traction with the two wheels. That's why we got a trike out of it, and the little stable.
Put some wheelie bars in the back, just keep it stable and just.
RCF again. RCF is a company out in North Carolina that makes these awesome frames, and it's a great platform. They use, what I do like is a go-kart style axle, go-kart style bearings, which can really take that kind of power. So once I saw that, it was someone I want to work with. and
beautiful.
really great platform. He does really great work.
And if somebody has questions for you, wants to reach out to you, which is, should I show this thing here? This is you, right?
Sounds is, yeah, I
Oh,
work
this-
with
yeah.
DJ Sounds at Sound Speed Shop. You can get in touch through him, or my Instagram is Petrol L
Oh, perfect. I'll add that.
2EV on Instagram. Petrol. It actually sounds like petrol to EV, but my name is Petrol L. L is for Lewis. Petrol 2EV is my Instagram, and I have some of the posts, and you can contact me there for that kind of stuff.
Perfect, perfect. Guys, I think this is number one, and I think that's number two. I tried the Saunders. It's
Yeah,
insane. It's
yeah,
really,
yeah.
really cool.
Joe has a couple of those things
Yeah.
and doing good stuff. We love those guys.
And I like-
stuff. That's why I go 96 volts across the board. It pairs up well with our far driver. And DJ Sounds does tuning, installation, repairs, you know, upgrades for all these bikes. Hub motor, mid-drive. That's the far driver for Suron, which is a 96 volt capable controller. So it's a 96 680.
And it's pretty compact.
Yeah, that's it, and it looks kind of stock, so it's not too, you know,
bulky,
in your face, and you know, it's just keep it kind of low key. Did a standard bolts pattern for the Suron, so it bolts in, and we even have a plug and play kit that plugs, you know, converts the harness, and it's no cutting and soldering of wires. So we
Yeah.
have that stuff available. We carry the far driver line.
Look at this stuff. This is really cool. Awesome. Luis, thank you so
Yes,
much
sir.
for all the info.
Yes, sir. You got
And
it.
you guys know where to reach him out. And yeah, this is the best I've seen so far.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Really cool.
We appreciate that.